Peace and power, family. Welcome to tonight's resurrection class. And this is your brother Yahya with another episode. I do apologize for uh, not being as active with you guys. I've been doing a lot of repurposing and a lot of shifting into that next level of my journey. But this live family is pretty personal, and this one's for those of you who have been feeling that pull, that tug, and you can't explain it. You can't get rid of it. You can't replace it, and you want to do something about it. And you feel the tug, and you know the tug is not gonna leave you alone until you figure out what the tug is trying to get you to do. I've been there. Your brother has been there many, many times, and I'll probably end up going back down that road. But here's what helped me realize what to do in those times. And you've been saying, I don't know what's happening, but I can't go back to what I used to do. I can't go back. This message is for you. Tonight, we're going to talk about the transitory shift. The transitory shift. And I ain't going to take up too much of your time. That's sacred, sometimes painful, always necessary space between who you are and who you were and who you are becoming. It's a very, very important space to be in. And I want to tell you something. Family transition feels like confusion sometimes, most time, but it's really clarity, rearranging your life. And when the Most High starts upgrading you, He first has to delete what no longer serves the new version of you. And that's why you feel empty sometimes. That's why you feel lost, because He's uninstalling programs that you outgrew. Some of you think you're failing. Some of you are in a space in your life right now where you think you're failing, but you're actually evolving into something different. You're not depressed. You're being developed. You're not losing people. You're losing places you don't belong anymore. See, I remember a season in my own life, family, when everything I built started collapsing. Everything. It seemed like no matter what I touched, something was just going wrong. The connections, the comfort zones, even my routines I swore that I needed in my life, I thought it was punishment. I kind of felt like I messed up. But the truth, it was realignment. I couldn't build the next version of my life using the same old blueprint I had. And just to give you a small idea of what that looks like, as I grow in uh, digital marketing, digital comprehension, digital sales savvy, just this new age that we're living in, I noticed, like I said, after studying for years, that some of us who are in the same line of business as myself, they're really, really good at what they do, but they haven't learned the Floyd Mayweather uh, effect. of how to adjust when something is not working. Floyd knew how to do that. He knew how to adjust at the right time for the right reasons to get the right results. And that's what we got to be able to do in business. I know you might feel like you're failing, but really, man, I'm telling you, you're really in a transition state. You're in the transitory shift. And I want to shed some light on how transition feels. It feels like demolition before construction. So if you're sitting in that, rubble right now, don't quit. You're not being buried. You're being planted. You are being planted. Now let's go a little deeper. You know, because transition itself ain't just personal, it's systemic. All you got to do is look around you. The economy, it's shifting as we speak right now. AI is replacing old jobs. People are questioning the old educational model that we've always had. Whole social systems are crumbling. Systems that used to keep us dependent, divided, and distracted are falling apart. The transitory shift is physical, but it's also spiritual. But more so than both, it is structural. And we're living in a time where only those who build systems, personal, financial, spiritual systems, will be able to withstand this next term in our lives. And that's why I tell my resurrection class every day, family, all the time, don't just survive the change, systemize your growth. Don't just quit one job and go to the next job. Figure out, strategize your way out of this place, out of this place that we're in. Okay? Because the world is being rewired right now as we know it. Those who understand and those who are ready to build structure will own the next century. If you know how to build systems and structure, you and your children will be on top in this next century. Those who cling to these old systems will fear it. They're already afraid. See, we've been conditioned to chase opportunities instead of building operations. But transition exposes all of that. See, transition says either you build it or somebody else will. Either you build it or you'll have to beg somebody else for it. And that's not your destiny. That's somebody else's destiny for you, but it is not yours. So let's talk about faith for a minute. Faith. Because in transition, fear and faith always fight for the same space. Faith is quiet and fear is loud, so they're different in that aspect. Faith will whisper to you, oh, you got this. Get over that hill, keep going. But fear will scream, what if it don't work? What if you lose everything you got? What if this? What if that? Faith says walk, but fear says wait. And you're the deciding voter. See, faith is not denial. Faith is direction. It doesn't mean that you don't see the wrong. It means you trust what's right beyond your sight. When the world is shaking up around you, the one thing you control is your stance. How you look at it, how you view it, how you see it. So stand on your assignment. If you don't know what the next step is, then just keep going and don't stop. Sometimes movement is the only prayer God needs to see. That's real. So ask yourself, am I letting fear narrate my transition? Because fear has a way of making you settle for survival when faith is calling you to systems. Let that sink in. Let's make it real. Transition is not magic. It is a daily management. It is something that you have to do often. It's not a button you switch on. It's a button you continue to switch on. And here's what I want you to do starting tonight. I want you to document your shift. Write down what's breaking. It don't matter if it's in your business, in your life, in your marriage, in your job, wherever you are. Write down what's breaking, what's building, and what's birthing. Write that down. Because clarity loves documentation. Post your progress. And you know I'm talking to content creators, right? So let your page become your proof. And not every connection can carry the new you. And that's okay. You know, growth doesn't require anger. It requires your awareness. You don't have to get upset, but you need to be aware. So, in order to be aware in business, we create systems. And these systems help us to be aware. A schedule, a savings plan, a study habit. They don't just, they're not just there for show or to make you feel better, but they're there to help you build better. And I'll get into some personal testimony soon. Maybe that will help you to understand. Once you hear how far I've come, you may be inspired. But I'm not doing this for the passion, although I do have a passion for it. But I'm not doing it necessarily for a passion. I'm doing this because I have tapped in to my transition. When I realized that I could take what I know and turn it into digital real estate, basically, and help other people, really help other people with whatever it is that I'm offering, I knew that this was a daily decision that I was willing to make. And you have to decide daily. You have to decide. Transitions are not one-time events. They're daily decisions that you got to make. Okay? Daily decisions. Every morning, you either react to something or you proact. You act before. Every morning, you either, reacting to life and what's going on around you, or you resurrect from it and rise above it. And here's where the resurrection class comes in, family. We don't just talk about theory. We build tools. And, everything I'm teaching you right now connects back to one word: resurrection. Resurrection. You can't resurrect if you afraid of what has to die inside of you. The old self, the reactive self, the fearful self, the one always waiting on permission, that version of you is expiring. And the world you knew is just about gone. The one you're building is the one that's waiting. So my question to you is this: will you cooperate with your transition? Will you fight for your transformation? Or will you fight your transformation? Because the shift, family, this shift won't ask for your comfort. Okay? It will demand your commitment. And if you don't want to be committed, this isn't the line of work for you. And right here in this class, we train for that. We understand we have to have it. We build systems of thought, business, and community that can outlast chaos. When you join the resurrection class, you're not just joining some course that you get on online. You're entering a community of builders that really believe in themselves and who are tired of temporary fixes. Builders who understand that wealth, faith, and power are all systems. They're not just slogans. And, when you think about money, too many of us are transitioning spiritually, but still trapped financially. We shout and dance and full of the Holy Ghost on Sunday, but on Monday, that devil has drained us. And you got stories, family. It's time to connect faith to function. You've got stories, lessons, and value sitting in your notes, sitting in your app, waiting to become content or coaching or courses. That's where post to pay blueprint comes in. But we'll talk about that. It's the system that teaches you how to monetize what you know while you grow. I'll say that again. It's the system that teaches you how to monetize what you know as you grow. See, when you post with purpose, your platform becomes a pulpit and a paycheck. And I mean that in the best way. That's not just marketing, family. That's ministry with a model. So I want every resurrection class member watching this to learn how to stop saying, I need more money. I mean, all of us need more money, but no, you need more systems that multiply your message. And we've already built them. And you just need to plug into them. Join the resurrection class, family. Try it out. I'll be willing to do this for free to get you to start building your digital product or to get that digital product that you already have scaled and moving. I would like for you to visit my website if possible. And by you doing that, family, you support me in so many different ways. Um, I truly appreciate all of you for always standing with me. And now that I'm at 1,000 and a little over 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube page, I've been over on my Facebook page, really spending a lot of time building, right? Because, there's a lot of people out there who would like to know how to do what it is I'm doing. And there's a lot of people don't even know that they can become very successful people by selling digital products. Just imagine you create something once that you can sell over and over and over and over and over again, all day, all night. It sells while you sleep. But before we close, I want to remind you that every seed, family, goes through darkness, a dark moment. And it goes through that before it breaks ground. So you're not being put behind schedule. You're in the soil stage. You're right where God wants you. You're not supposed to have no leaves on you yet. You're not supposed to be bearing fruit yet. Okay? Some of you are in the soil stage. And some of you are already bearing fruit. So, everything that feels heavy right now is building roots for you. Strong roots. And when those roots take hold, what sprouts out of you will feed nations. And you have to think like that, and you have to believe like that, and you have to know that that's what he has for you. You have to know that. So don't curse the process. The transition is yours. The transitory shift is your proof that you are the chosen. That you're chosen to be more, to do more, and to give more. I want you to say this out loud with me. Wherever you are, if you have the courage, I am not who I was. I refuse to shrink back into my past. I am shifting. I am building. I am resurrecting. If you received it, then this message is for you. Drop a comment in the comment section and I will respond. For those of you who are here for the first time, we welcome you. We thank you for joining us. If you felt this in your spirit, share this with your friends, your family, your loved ones. This live, share it with 3 people who might be going through their own shift. Let's just spread the movement of understanding faith and function. Because we're not having We're not running from change. Not anymore. We're designing our own. And remember this, anything that can evolve must first be uncomfortable. Don't fear your transition. You must master your transition. Don't just believe in resurrection, build resurrection. And until next time, stay tuned, stay disciplined, stay divine, and stay in motion. Peace and progress to you, family. Peace.